Today we are going to talk about toes to bar and stringing them together. The open is just around the corner, and we did a toes to bar video that was very beginner based, starting from just learning the kipping swing up to getting your first toes to bar. Today our video we're going to talk about progressing your toes to bar so you can string them together and hopefully crush them if they show up in the open workouts. We know that there's a very limited list of equipment. One thing we do know is we need a pull-up bar. That could also be a toes to bar. So we want to be prepared and we want to be ready so we can hit big sets and crush the open workouts coming. If you're still looking to get your first toes to bar, or maybe you have one here and there, definitely click the link below and we'll take you through that entire progression on how to get your first toes bar. If you're looking to string bigger sets and just become more efficient and work on your technique so that you can keep that technique and hold yourself together during workouts when you're getting fatigued, that's the video we're going to talk about today. The first thing I want to touch on is our grip. When we hop up, a lot of people talk about, do we want fingers over or thumb over? In the toes to bar, in any gymnastics movement, we want to hop up and we want to get our thumb around the bar the best that we can. That's going to activate our lats and give us a nice firm grip on the bar and prevent us from flying off backwards when we get really tired. So I'm going to hop up and show you guys what that looks like. So hands will be just outside of your shoulders, and we want to go thumb around the bar when we are holding on. What we don't want to do is go monkey grip and hook our thumb over the bar. The first thing I want to talk about is pushing down on the bar. A lot of times people think of toes to bar as lifting their legs. We are lifting our legs, but that's at the very last second of the movement. A lot of this movement is going to be based upon our lat strength, and it's going to be lat driven. So when I say lat driven, what that means is I'm going to have my hands hanging on the bar, a straight arm. I want to think about pulling that bar down to my hip to get my eyes as close to in line with that bar as I can. Really focus on getting the bar in your palm and straight arm pull down. And what that's gonna do is it's gonna drive our head high up behind the bar, so our feet have to go less distance to the bar. And then when they come down, my chest and my head come through. If I don't get that pull down and I just stay hanging under the bar, then I lose that kipping motion and I don't have that forward and back rhythm that we want to see. So what that's going to look like, I'm going to hop up. From here, I'm going to think chest comes through and I pull the bar down. So as I am pulling down, my head is going up and back, which creates the space for my chest to come through. So as we get tired in a workout, maybe we can't do as many sets, but focus on continuing to pull the bar down. The next drill we're going to talk about is for those of us that have toes to bar, but we have to do that extra swing or that extra kip in between each toes to bar because we lose it and we can't rhythmically connect them. So this drill is one of my favorites for that. So what we've done here is we've hooked a green band. The goal is going to be to slowly get down to less of a band tension. I've hooked it just about my knee height. So all we did was hook it right across. So for this, what this is going to do is it's going to teach me to keep my body centered for the most part between the posts and prevent me from letting my hips swing way back behind the bar because the band is going to keep me tight. So as soon as I feel my mid calf hit the band, that's going to be my cue to change directions with my leg. You guys are going to notice my feet don't go up to the bar immediately. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do these 3 levels of leg lifts to get into my full toes to bar swing. So I'm going to first start by lifting my legs to about my hip height. Then I'm going to think about hollow body, hollow arch as my legs come back behind when my calves hit the band. This time I'm going to lift my legs just above my hip, staying tight, hollow body, hollow arch. The next time I'm going to try to get my feet up to the actual rig post and then keep that rhythm for a set of 3 to 5 toes to bar. So you'll notice I get those warm-up swings, just practicing keeping everything nice and tight and getting comfortable with the rhythm and the band. Our next drill is going to be a single leg alternating toes to bar. So once we've mastered the rhythm and we can feel like we have that great hollow body, hollow arch, and we're not swinging way back behind the bar, we want to move into a single leg toes to bar. A single leg toes to bar is awesome because we don't have to carry the weight of both of our legs, but we only have the weight of one of our legs, but it also helps us get into that rhythm and into that timing with getting that full range of motion in our toes to bar. For these single leg toes to bar, the key here is going to be finding a rhythm, thinking about smooth and controlled, maintaining our hollow body and our hollow arch. It's not necessarily just about how much strength that we have. So we're gonna apply the same principle we talked about at the start of the video, nice long arms, pushing down on the barbell. As we push down, we're gonna lift one toe up to the bar, and then after it hits the bar, we're gonna bring that foot back to meet the other heel, squeezing our butt, staying tight, just as if the band was across the rig, and then we're gonna lead with the other leg on the next rep. Those are a couple of my favorite drills for helping you guys string toes to bar. So the other question we get a lot is, should I do a straight leg toes to bar, which is what I was demonstrating, or should I have a bent knee and flick my toes to the bar, which I'll show you guys here in a second. Straight leg toes to bar, if an open workout shows up and you wanna use toes to bar as a way to lower your heart rate and think smooth and controlled, the cadence is gonna be a little bit slower, and it's just gonna be a little bit less taxing on your midline and your upper body because you're using this big, smooth, rhythmic kip. If it's only 6 toes to bar in a row or 8 toes to bar in a row and you want to get through them as fast as possible and it's all about speed, then we're probably going to want to go with the bent knee and the flick because the cadence is going to be slightly faster. Straight leg might require a little bit more hamstring flexibility and a little bit more hip flexor strength just because we have the weight of our legs completely straight. When we bend at the knee and we can get that nice good flick, it's going to take a little bit of pressure off of our hamstrings and off of our hip flexors. So picking the movement that's gonna be best for you to be able to maintain those sets and keep stringing is also gonna be key. I personally like to go straight leg unless it's a super speedy workout and we need to get off the toes to bar and move on to the next movement. Then I will speed up my cadence and go with a little bit more of a flick. So now what we wanna show you guys is a couple strengthening drills that's going to improve your kip. Everything starts with the kip. If you're still trying to master your kip, definitely click the link below. Check out our first part 1 toes to bar video as we start on the ground and we work up to the pull-up bar, just working on the kip. But today we're gonna show you guys some strengthening exercises. One of my favorite strengthening exercises is gonna be hanging a band from the rig and focusing on a lat pull down. We could do this with or without a PVC pipe. Without a PVC pipe, the key is gonna be making sure that our arms stay straight and we're not doing tricep push downs. We'll have our arms long, so the band's just in my palm, and I'm gonna pull my palms to my pocket and then come right back up. I like to do these quick and for a max set. So 3 times max reps. If that feels really easy for you, you can go to a thicker band for more resistance to keep strengthening. But if we do that, we don't wanna see any elbow bend because then we're starting to work our triceps and we're taking the tension out of our lats. When we're doing a toes to bar, our arms are straight, our elbows aren't bent. So keep that in mind for this as well. Another way to do this, I like to do this by going down to my knees, holding the PVC pipe. I find my shoulder width, so my hands are just outside of my shoulders, just like if I was gonna be hanging from the rig. You can do this standing tall if that feels too easy. We can also come down to the ground, squeezing your butt, so we're in a hollow position. We don't wanna have our hips back behind us, ribs down, and we're gonna pull the PVC down to our thigh and then release. Same thing here, going through a max set, aiming for up to 30 reps. If that band tension feels too light, then we can go ahead and add a thicker band for more resistance. When we feel this, it should be all down the side of my body, just like that first drill that I showed you, bringing our eyes up behind the bar. The last strengthening drill that I would have you guys work on is working on your midline. So yes, toes to bar is a core movement. We initiate a lot of it with our lats, but we do need to have the midline strength and the core strength to be able to keep the tension and also get our toes up to the bar. So one of my favorite drills is taking a hollow body hold into V-ups. And in the V-ups, we're trying to keep our heels off of the ground. So 3 rounds of a 10-second hollow body hold into 8 to 10 V-ups, trying to maintain the hollow body position. Rest as needed between rounds. So I'll go ahead and show you guys what that looks like. When you're doing the hollow body hold on the ground, think about pressing your low back or your belly button towards your spine, squeezing everything nice and tight from your fingers to your toes. We want to be in one nice straight line. Then for the V-up, we're going to think about lifting our fingers and our toes just like we would on the bar. We're pulling our head back through and then thinking about squeezing down and lifting those feet to the bar. A very similar movement to the toes to bar. So again, 3 sets of this, 10-ish second hollow body hold into 8 to 10 V-ups, resting as needed. I hope this was super helpful. The open is just around the corner. We would love to see you guys crushing your toes to bar if they happen to show up in a workout. I think the key is it's not about having a million drills to do, but it's about having some quality drills and just getting the reps in. If you don't practice something that you want to get better at, you're never going to get better. You have to put in the time, you have to put in the work, and you will see the progress and the results will come. So spending 3 days a week, spending 5 to 10 minutes after class or before class, working on these drills and working on these skills will really pay off. You have the time now. The Open isn't for a few more weeks, so go ahead, start to practice these drills. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below, and we can't wait to see you guys stringing all of your toes to bar. Have a great day.